Welcome to the Third Win channel. Today we're doing Group D predictions for the Euro 2021 tournament. And before I begin this video, I'll just mention that we've done Group A, Group C, Group B. So you should check those out maybe before you check out this video. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So here's our wall chart. Let's zoom into Group D. Here we have England, Croatia, Scotland, Czech Republic. I think for me, this is probably the easiest group so far to predict. But the way I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be giving a score to each of this game. Like I'll give the score for every game, and then I'll add up the points, and that's going to be how I make my prediction. I think that's the easiest way how. But before I do that, let's get into some team profiles. First, we got England, number 4 in the world according to FIFA. On the right, you can see their most recent squad and bench. And this squad has so much depth. Like, in the right back position, you have like 4 amazing options, and they have so many good strikers. There's just too much flexibility on this squad almost. I'm really excited to see what they can do here. They did very well in the World Cup. They got all the way up to the semifinals, which is amazing for England with their manager, Gareth Southgate. But what I think is most important is to look at the recent results. We can see that they beat Belgium, as the squad ranked number 1 in the world right now. They lost to Denmark, which has a really solid defense. They won against Iceland 4-0, very good game. They lost to Belgium 2-0 at away from home. And and then you can see they're beating the teams that are below them, like Albania, San Marino, Poland, Austria. They also barely won against Romania, but all of these teams are very strong. Remember this. These teams are not, even Albania, I'd say, aren't like super weak. So these are really good results, honestly. So let's move on. Next team profile for Croatia, number 14 in the world according to FIFA World Ranking. And I'll mention that they were in the FIFA World Cup final. They got 2nd place. So that's definitely an honorable mention here. With the same managers, Zlatko Dalic. And on the right, you can see their team. Some notable changes from that World Cup squad is I don't see Rakitic. I mean, he might be injured. I'm not sure. But otherwise, this looks quite similar. Still an amazing squad with their star captain Modric. Then on the recent results, we can see they beat Sweden. They lost to France, kind of like a World Cup redo, but losing again against them. They lost to Sweden. They lost barely to Portugal. They lost to Slovenia. They beat Cyprus just 1-0. They beat, they lost to Slovenia. I said that already. Croatia beating Malta, tying against Armenia, and losing to Belgium just 1-0. What this tells me is that they're very hit or miss. Maybe in their friendlies, or not all these are friendlies, but in their friendlies, maybe they're trying stuff out, or maybe, things weren't clicking. Who knows? But I think that this squad still has promise, although I don't think they're anywhere near what they were in the World Cup with with all their team being quite a bit more aged than they were back then. But moving on to the next team, Czech Republic, number 40 in the world. You can see their team on the right side. I'm not so familiar with their team. I know a few players, but I'm not going to get into that too much. Let's look at their recent results. They won against Slovakia. They lost to Scotland, which is also in this group. So remember that. They lost against them twice. They beat Israel. They beat Slovakia. They beat Estonia 6-2. They tied to Belgium. They lost to Wales, and they lost pretty badly to Italy. So I think they're fairly inconsistent, and sometimes they have their day, and most of the time it doesn't work out. But I think they have a solid defense when they need to have it. I don't have much to say. I haven't watched Czech Republic play too many times, but I'm not feeling it this year. Next, we got Scotland, number 44 in the world, which have some considerable improvements, I think, from their previous big tournaments. They have players like Robertson, Tierney, and McTominay really carrying the squad, I think. Even Adams, just some more quality in the squad now. Then the recent results, they beat Czech Republic, which I already mentioned, that is in this group. They tied to Israel, lost to Israel, and then beat them for qualification. They tied to Austria. They won against Luxembourg barely. They beat Faroe Islands. They tied to Netherlands. So a little all over the place, but like they did show when they had to qualify for the Euros between 4 teams, Serbia, Norway, and I believe Czech Republic, Oh, was it Czech Republic? No, it was a different team. I can't remember which one. Oh, Israel. That they can go through and win even on penalties. So, for these big tournaments, these tense moments, maybe they are a squad to consider. But let's move on from the team profiles and get into what I think the scores will be. First, probably the biggest game in this group is England-Croatia, and I think that England beat Croatia. I think they just have more quality in the squad. I think that they've improved. This was the semifinal in the World Cup. I think this time around, they're just going to do a little better. Then we got Scotland beating Czech Republic 1-0, just because we've saw that game not too long ago, and I think they'll go the same way. Next, we got Croatia, Czech Republic. I think Croatia is better than Czech Republic. They don't score too many goals, but they'll score just enough. Then we got Scotland and England, and there's just too much difference in quality between these two squads. Scotland's missing like 7 positions in quality, honestly. Croatia beating Scotland just barely, although Scotland could pull off a surprise, but I think that Croatia score a late goal and win this game. Then lastly, we have Czech Republic losing to England. I think England beats everyone in this group, and that means that we know our final results for this group, which if you were counting, yes, Czech Republic gets last place with 0 points. Following up, we got Scotland with 3, which means that they have a potential 3rd place qualification because 4 teams qualify from the 3rd places. Then we got Croatia with 6 points. I think they'll get those 6 points easily, but they will lose to England, who get 9 points. I think this group is pretty straightforward for me. I don't think Czech Republic will qualify. I think Scotland very potentially will, and I think England, Croatia definitely make it through this group. Even if one of them gets 3rd, I think they're going to get enough points. So, to wrap it up, England 1st place, Croatia 2nd place, and Scotland potential 3rd place qualification. But that's it for this video. Make sure to go check out the Group A, Group B, Group C. I'm going to have Group E out tomorrow, so make sure to subscribe for that and more Euro content. And thank you for watching.